Okay, great question. I think parental discipleship primarily happens in a relational environment. So getting your kids in relational worlds is critical. Now, so much access to internet and entertainment, one of the downsides of that is it draws people out of relational environments and into an electronic world that we're seeing increasingly has been destructive to an emerging generation in terms of mental health, anxiety, depression, relationships, all those kinds of things, because God designed us to be in a relational world. So one of the best things you can do for your kids is to make sure they're in a relationally robust environment. And this is going to sound a little bit self-promoting, but I just want you to know this is totally from a servant's heart, that we have designed relational environments for kids of every age at Christ Community Church that will help them to grow up healthy and godly and wise and biblical. And man, if you can get your kids connected in Trail Life and American Heritage Girls, in Upward Soccer and Upward Football, in our Deeper ministry, and what happens Sunday morning, and what happens with Summer U, what happens at Camp Rivercrest, all of these things are designed to help your kids exit from that, electronic world into a relational world, but not just one that's relational and godly, and will help to develop them relationally and spiritually all the time. One of our passions is we want kids at Christ Community Church to grow up healthy, knowing Jesus, and making good choices with their life. And all the ministries are kind of wrapped around that idea. The other thing is the way that you design your family system makes a big difference as well. So putting healthy boundaries around what makes sense for electronic usage. There's a lot of things that you can do related to that. There's one thing that I wish we would have done, I think we could have done in our family, and that would be in the teen years to have our kids put away their electronics in a different room when it comes to bedtime, so that that won't be the type of thing that they obsess about all night long, and they can get a good night's sleep and jump into their electronics later. But probably more importantly than the boundaries of not is the encouragement of what they do. So having family gatherings with other families, going on family vacations, making sure you're connected at church, creating a world in which your kids go, the best thing that I do every week is face-to-face with other human beings, is one of the best things that you can do to help them become disciples of Jesus in the midst of an internet and entertainment-saturated world. One of the things I'll add in with that is one of the things we found is that as time goes by, our kids become electronically smarter than we are. Anybody experience that in your family? Or like, they know it's way better than me. So, you say, we'll put the technology on their phone to keep them from going to those dangerous places. Friends, they're going to get around the technology. They're just smarter than we are. And so it's far more important to depend on their character and the dialogue that you have with them to help them to be able to self-monitor around that. I'm not opposed to putting barriers up to make it look harder, but I would say the thing that I depend on is not the electronic barriers that we put up, it's the character of our kids to make wise decisions, and giving them a healthy upbringing is gonna do the best thing that you can give them to help to protect them from those dangers.